All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the odd number questions. Okay, so my first statement I would have done is PQ is perpendicular to QS. And I would have done RS is perpendicular to SQ. And that is given. The second thing I would have done is I would have said that angle Q is congruent to angle S, and that's definition of a perpendicular bisector. So those are congruent. And then I would have said angle QTP is congruent to angle STR, so QTP, and those are vertical angles. And then I would have used the fact that T is a midpoint. T is midpoint of PR, and that is given. That shows that there's two side lengths that are equal. PT is congruent to RT. PT is congruent to RT. And that is definition of midpoint. And then these two triangles are congruent by angle, side. Okay? So again, like I didn't do all three of my givens at once. I try to go through a logical process of like, where should I start with my proof? So again, let's look at three statements. Reasons. Now when I look, I'm like, okay, well, I probably want to look at the parallel line situation. So here's my parallel lines cut by a transversal. So let's start with the parallel line. QR is parallel to TS. So that means that I have some alternate interior angles. So RQT, so angle RQT is congruent to angle STQ. Sorry, this one was given. This is alternate. Oh my gosh, I cannot write tonight. Alternate interior angles. And then QR is congruent to TS, and that is given. And then QT is congruent to itself by reflexive. Oops, I don't need three of them. And so I have side angle side is my congruent statement. So 5, triangle QRT is congruent to triangle TSQ, and that is side angle side postulate. Okay? All right, so then question 5, determine whether or not these are congruent. Yes, they are. So angle side angle postulate would work because MO is congruent to itself by reflexive. And then here, I could say TS is congruent to itself, and TSU is congruent to STR. So those angles are congruent by alternate interior angles. So I'm going to use angle, side. So then TS is congruent to itself, reflexive. And then angle TSU is congruent to angle STR by alternate interior angles. Okay. So there's 6, 7 in triangle RST. Which side should be included between angle R and angle S? That is side length RS. And then question 9. Looks like I can use angle side angle postulate here, and then here it looks like I can use angle side. And that is it for this odd number questions.